Ahoy there, mates. Welcome aboard the VHS Pirate Ship. I'm Captain Adam, and welcome to the show and tell that treats you well. It's Captain Adam's Show and Tell. Happy New Year to you. I hope 2025 is going to be a rip-roaring good time for you. I hope you do everything you plan to do. I hope all your wishes come true. But it's got to start with you, though. You got to make it happen. Because you can crap in one hand and wish in the other. And just bet which one's going to fill up faster. So the time for wishing is over. The time for doing is now. And you got to stay positive. You got to look onward and upward. You always you keep going. Press, and pray. That is the best advice I can give you. But you probably didn't come here for advice today. I don't know why you came here. I appreciate you did, but for whatever reason you came here, I'm sure it was just to see some VHS randomness. And the point of this video was I found some just bits and pieces in my collection that I really didn't have enough of to constitute their own episodes in the singular form, if you know what I mean. So I decided to just merge them all together to put them in a little show and tell video. So today we're going to be looking at some VHS randomness. And what do I mean by that? Well, I'm glad you asked. I mean, as you can see in the front row there, videotape rewinders, head cleaners, and just VHS related goods that I don't really have enough of to constitute their own episodes as they are in that category. So I just kind of threw them all together in a little salad and put them here in this VHS randomness show and tell video. And I'm also using this opportunity to give a bit of a channel update. I see other channels do that sometimes, a channel update, I guess, just to let you know what's going on with this channel. If you're a fan of the channel, I really appreciate it. And you deserve to know what's going on here on Captain Adam's VHS Pirate Ship. And if you're not a fan of the channel, I hope you are. And if you're not subscribed, I certainly hope you do so. Come on, it's free. It doesn't hurt anything. Just hit subscribe. And you know what? You don't have to worry about it, because chances are the YouTube algorithm is not going to put my stuff in your feed anyway. So just hit subscribe. What's the big deal? And speaking of subscribing, there are a good number of other channels that really could use your subscriptions and use your support. Certainly, if for no other reason, that they have stuff that you might be interested in. Because if you're here, for whatever reason you're here, you're more than likely going to like these channels as well. I certainly, let me start over here. This is a show and tell video, and if you like show and tell videos, especially when it comes to stuff pertaining to physical media or horror stuff, definitely check out Professor Macabro. Great guy, fun guy. His channel's a lot of fun. He's very supportive of a lot of other YouTubers, and he deserves our love. He certainly deserves my love. He has it. I do love Professor Macabro, and the link to his channel will be in the description. So certainly check out Professor Macabro for all things show and tell, physical media / horror related. He's a good guy, fun guy. Check it out. And to keep it in the same vein of show and tell videos, if you like unboxing videos of action figures and action figure reviews, check out Horror Cat Dad. I had already mentioned him his channel before on the show and tell, but he's worth another mention. Another great guy, another very supportive guy. Has a lot of fun stuff on his channel, especially if you're interested in the NECA action figures or collectible figures. He does a pretty splendid job really showcasing them. He's very into them, and if you're very into them, you should be very into him. So yes, definitely check out Horror Cat Dad. Again, his channel link will be in the description. And if maybe show and tell videos aren't your thing, well, I guess if they're not your thing, I don't know why you're watching this one. So perhaps I'm talking to the wrong audience. But just in case you're into show and tell videos as well as live streams, I should recommend Night Owl Movie Talk. That's a pretty fun channel. Definitely very live stream heavy. If you're into obviously movie talk. And film reviews and just to chit chat about movies, stuff that you can chime in on in the comments and join the conversation. Night Owl Movie Talk is definitely for you. Very fun channel. Again, his link will be in the description. And of course, I often bring up Video Tasties out of the UK. That's a great channel. they do a lot of live streams as well. Well, he does a lot of live streams as well. I mean, I'm talking about a lot of live streams. So if you like live streams about movies, talking about anything really pop culture, retrospective pop culture, a lot of stuff through the 80s. He talks about a lot of that stuff via live stream, and it's interesting because it's all from a UK perspective. So if you're based in the States or anywhere in North America or anywhere that's not UK, you'll find that everything he talks about is very, very interesting because it's like a whole different level, whole different world. So definitely check out Video Tasties. That is good stuff. And perhaps as well as film reviews and live streams and physical media and unboxing videos, show and tell videos, perhaps you also like ghost stories. Go with me on this. Then you're also going to love Charcy Lux, a very nice channel. She has very well done videos. She tells a lot of ghost stories. She does a lot of film reviews. Very fun channel. Definitely check her out. She doesn't have nearly as many subscribers as she should. I really enjoy her channel. It's almost an ASMR quality when she tells these ghost stories. I guess you could call it what's called the unintentional ASMR, and it's certainly without all the annoying whispers and like the finger stuff they do. It's ASMR without being ASMR. It's everything about ASMR you like without any of the ASMR stuff you probably don't like. Because me personally, I do like ASMR videos to help me to get to sleep and to sort of just like chill out. But I absolutely hate whispers. I hate whispering. I hate mouth sounds. I hate that weird finger fluttering thing these ASMR videos do. So I'm very, very picky about ASMR videos. And Charcy Lux, without being ASMR, she does a great job of giving you some ASMR videos. So yeah, definitely check out Charcy Lux. Her link will be in the description, as well as all the other great channels that I have discussed just now. And a big shout out to Anthony Chabot, or Chabot. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, Anthony. I'm very sorry. He's very supportive. Always been very supportive of me, as well as these other channels. He's a nice guy. Chances are he's going to comment on this video. He usually does. So that'll be his link to his channel. He does a lot of... if you're into VHS, you'll definitely like his stuff. He does a lot of opening sequence videos to certain VHS. Stuff that's, it's pretty heavy within the VHS culture. Definitely, he's definitely a VHS head, so if you are as well, definitely check him out. And Joshua Young is another guy to check out. He does a lot of opening videos, stuff like that. Very supportive guy as well. Very into VHS, so check them out. There's just a lot of people that are in this community that are just they're very talented, very supportive, and they deserve much more than the likes and the subscriptions they already have. And I just think it's just really nice that the community is just so supportive of each other. And I just sort of wanted to share some love on all these channels, and there's plenty more, and I'll get to them in the future. But right now, I was just sort of brimming over with appreciation of these channels I just mentioned. But speaking of channels, let me talk about mine, because it is all about me after all, right? No, I'm just kidding. But it is my channel, and I'm going to give you a channel update. Whatever that is, really. I guess it's just to tell you what's going on with the channel in the coming year. I guess what I can say for now is that I do have a lot of show and tell videos planned. I'm having a good time making these. I hope you enjoy them. I don't know if you do or not, but it certainly is a lot different than my other material on this channel, because if you're a fan of the channel or you've watched my stuff before in the past, you know that these videos are quite different than the ones I have done. And I know this show and tell video, I am being very verbose and very excitable, because I don't know, I guess I just don't feel like being calm right now. The point of the show and tell videos was just to be like a calming sort of video, but I guess I am what I am, and I suppose that I got to be more electric than that. But if you like them, if you like the show and tell videos, if you like them on the more calm side, perhaps I will be doing them more on the calmer side. But it is the New Year's, and I'm just excited, and I was just really happy to talk about all these really excellent channels, and I'm really happy and excited that you're watching. I'm happy and excited to be talking to you, because it should be known that right now I'm just talking to myself into a microphone. but it feels like I'm talking to each and every one of you out there, and it's a pretty nice feeling, and I hope you pick up on that. So hello to each and every one of you out there. I hope you're doing well, and I thank you very much for watching. But as far as this channel goes, I will be doing lots of good stuff in 2025. There'll be lots more show and tell videos encompassing many aspects of my collections. I collect more than just VHS, and you're going to see that this year with new show and tell videos. So definitely stay tuned for those. And I do plan on getting into the live stream game. I'm just having some complications with the new studio, just some Wi-Fi stuff, just complications. There's always some logistic issues, and so there's always that. But I do plan on getting into live streams in this coming year, so that's going to be fun. Certainly would hope you would chime in on those. And of course, speaking of live streams, I used to do live streams with Rob over at Rob's Vintage Video here on YouTube. I used to do live streams with him on his channel, and I know he's taking a hiatus from YouTube, but real good dude. I certainly miss him, and we miss you here on YouTube, Rob. If you're listening, we certainly hope you come back to YouTube. I know he had moved, and he was had to get a new studio set up, and I know that takes some time to do. So hopefully Rob gets all that going, and he won't have any problems, and hopefully he comes back to YouTube. I certainly hope to hear from you again, Rob, so please come back to YouTube. And for you there listening or watching this right now, I certainly recommend checking out Rob's Vintage Video here on YouTube. Hit subscribe if you're into VHS, and you probably are if you're watching this show. You'll definitely like Rob's Vintage Video, so check him out. But without further ado here, let's get started. Let's look at some cool, neato, odd VHS stuff. Let's go. Now, if you're a thrift store aficionado, then you know that thrift stores have their own little sections of merchandise, and one of the sections are jigsaw puzzles, which I very, very seldom rummage through, but one time I did, and I found this very interesting piece here. Apparently, Blockbuster had released a line of jigsaw puzzles to mimic their tapes or movies, or tapes of movies or whatever. Here's a particular one of Footloose. I really don't know much about this. I guess Blockbuster put out a line of jigsaw puzzles. Blockbuster was always trying to dip their fingers into all sorts of different merchandising ploys, and jigsaw puzzles was one of them. No doubt tapping into a nostalgic, retrospective feel of their own store, obviously. And my little rule about thrifting is no matter what it is, if you come across anything pertaining to VHS or home media whatsoever, definitely pick it up. Because usually the price is rather cheap, and of course it was rather cheap for this particular piece. I have no intention of putting this together. I don't do jigsaw puzzles as of yet. That's probably something I might break into as I get older, but I just thought this was very interesting. And jigsaw puzzles in thrift stores, much like board games in thrift stores, there's really no guarantee that all the pieces are there. You just sort of take it at face value and assume they're there, so I won't know if they're all there until I put this together. I'm certainly not going to count them beforehand, so who knows. This is probably complete, but there's also the chance that it's not complete. But still, thought it was pretty neat to have. Yeah, a Footloose jigsaw puzzle from Blockbuster Video. Kind of strange. So yes, what's next? Yeah, how about a VHS of probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen, with Scotch head cleaning. Jeez, what a film. Hardly anything to it. The worst movie I've ever seen. Well, I'm just kidding. Here we have a Scotch head cleaning VHS video cassette. If you have a VCR, you've always had one of these. This particular piece is one that my family has had since we got our first VCR back in '87, and there you go, the year 1987, and it still works just fine. And of course, when it came to VCR head cleaners, there were two different types. There were dry, which this is, and then there were wet, which you had to apply this little liquid in it and then spin it clean. But the problem with those, the wet head cleaners, is that that little fluid or solution would dry up over time. So if you find any of those, the chances are that fluid is going to be absolutely no good, if it's not even going to be there anymore. So if you're looking for a head cleaner, look for the dry ones. They're not going to let you down, because this puppy works just fine. And of course, if you have a VCR, you got to clean your heads. You got to keep your heads clean. that is true for not just VCRs, but also for us as people in our everyday lives. Always keep your head clean, both inside and out, and certainly always keep your VCR heads clean as well. So yeah, definitely happy to still have this. I was very surprised that we still have it. The family still had it, and now I have it, and it's just very useful. I don't know why I'm so surprised it still works. I guess it's because nowadays stuff that's made doesn't work hardly, and so I'm surprised that this still works for being so old. But then I remember this is back when they actually made stuff that was meant to last, that was meant to work, that was meant to do what it was supposed to do without letting you down, and this certainly does that. It does not let me down, works every time. Happy to have this one. Yes, Scotch head cleaning Scotch head cleaning excuse me, Scotch head cleaning VHS cassette. Worst movie I've ever seen, but works just fine as a VCR head cleaner. And what do we got next? If you worked in a video rental store, then you were always given some kind of flair, or in the form of like a pin or a lanyard, a button, whatever. Here is an example. It is a button of the horror category sticker, the famous green horror sticker. Very nice little piece to have. I don't remember how I even obtained this. You just sort of acquire stuff, and over the years you forget really how you got them. And since it is just a button, I really don't know how else to really show it off. But yeah, there it is. It's a button. Yeah, it's a button. Now, truth be told, I do have lots of other video store flair, but I'll be darned if I can find them right now at the moment. I know it's in storage somewhere. It's around here on the pirate ship somewhere in the storage halls. But I will find them, and in the future I will do another show and tell about all of my video store flair, because I do have quite a bit. But for now, unfortunately, this was the only piece I was able to find, as it was readily available. But yeah, I do have stockpiles of stuff hidden deep in the bowels below deck of the VHS Pirate Ship here. So yeah, this is the only example I have right now, but still very cool. Now, it comes to buttons. I'm a big fan of the 1-inch buttons, like the real tiny ones. If you go see like a metal show or something, the bands usually have that as part of their merchandise, little 1-inch buttons, and I'm a big fan of 1-inch buttons. But this size button, I'm not too big of a fan of. It's just something I can't really just wear it out. I don't know, it's just too big. I don't know. If I worked in a video store, which I did at one time long ago, I would definitely wear it. But in everyday use, not so much. So I'm just sort of happy to have this just in part of my collection. It's a nice bit of VHS relic. It's a VHS relic, certainly part of VHS lore, and I'm happy to have it. Hey, what's next? Speaking of VHS lore, who could possibly forget the phenomena that was the car-shaped video cassette rewinder? I don't know why this was a thing, but I guess it's because if you're going to have a video cassette rewinder, it might as well look like a car. It just seems so natural, and I guess that's what they really picked up on, because there were plenty of these. Here we have one that... Again, I found, well, I have two. You're going to see the other one here in a second. Found them both in thrift stores. Unfortunately, they don't function, but when these things were in their prime, they were pretty awesome, because when you rewound it, the headlights and the taillights lit up. It was just a good time. Just something fun to have. So every time I come across these, which is not as seldom as you might think, I do come across them sort of frequently, or at least frequently enough. Frequently enough to get two of them, I should say. But yeah, so here we have my two prides and joys of my collection, my two car-shaped video cassette rewinders. Just good stuff, fun stuff to have. Wish they worked, but they don't. It's okay. I remember when I was a kid, our family had a video cassette rewinder, but it wasn't a car-shaped one. I was very disappointed by that. It was just a normal box-looking thing. But yeah, I don't understand why we didn't get the car-shaped one. Who knows? I do hope to get more of these in the future. Even if I have to seek them out, they might be salt and boughts, as I call them, because I just don't really put much faith in finding any more of these in thrift stores, because finding VHS stuff in thrift stores is getting very, very hard to do, let alone car-shaped VHS video cassette rewinders. So there we go. Happy to have these. Let's move on. If you yourself are a VHS collector, then you know that you sometimes come across blank tapes, or rather used blank tapes, blank tapes that have stuff on them. I typically don't go for them. If I find them in the wild, I just kind of leave them sit. But here, these were part of a big box of music VHS, like concerts and stuff, and these two are in it. This one right here is a live performance of a Pink Floyd show, a really rather done label, and here's a live performance of The Who and Tommy, so it's a double feature there. This one right here, very, very nice tape. I don't recall blank tapes being this nice, but that's a very nice tape. Looks very, very sturdy and durable. So yeah, blank tapes, I just don't typically mess with them because I kind of think they might be haunted. I mean, you could call me crazy for thinking that, but if there are such things as ghosts, then they're going to be attracted to electromagnetic energy, and of course, VHS tape is magnetic tape, so whatever energy is around where they're being played or recorded upon, that's going to be attracted to that tape, and it's sort of locked inside until you play it again, and that's just I don't know, maybe a little silly theory on my part. So yeah, I don't typically mess with blank tapes. I certainly don't seek them out, but these two are pretty cool to have just because they were part of a big box of music VHS. And this one right here, the Pink Floyd performance, very nice label, like I had mentioned, but somebody really took their time on this. So I don't really know if these are, I haven't watched them yet. Like I said, I'm a little apprehensive to do so, but I don't know if these are like bootleg concerts or what, and this guy who made this nice label wanted to sell it or whatever. I don't know what the story is on these. There certainly wasn't any description given on these. They were just thrown in a big lot of VHS. But if you don't feel the same apprehension about blank tapes, and you like blank or used blank tapes rather, to see what people had taped on them, and it is pretty fun to do because they're like little time capsules and little windows into people's lives and personalities as far as what they wanted to watch and all this and that and the third. If you're into that sort of thing, well, you definitely should check out the YouTube channel VHS Mikey. Very nice guy, very fun guy. He has great videos. If you're into VHS, certainly check him out. You'll definitely dig him. He's a good dude, fun guy, like I said. He does a lot of videos where he watches blank tapes that he receives because people send him tapes all the time. Hey, he's a lovable guy. People love him, so they send him gifts of VHS, and he gets a lot of like home movies. He gets a lot of just stuff that was taped off television, and he does a lot of videos where he sort of views them and gives a little synopsis and shows you what's in them and all this. Good guy. Check him out. VHS Mikey here on YouTube, and he's also on Facebook as well. And speaking of Facebook, I'm on Facebook as well. It's Captain Adam's VHS Pirate Ship on Facebook. You can go check me out and give me a like and a follow. But I will say this, Facebook has changed the way they do things within the past 5 months or so, I should say. Where the Captain Adam's VHS Pirate Ship Facebook page did get pretty decent reach. I was very satisfied with how the algorithm was really catching my stuff and putting it in people's feeds, and the people that actually followed my page were seeing my posts, and they were digging them and reacting to them and all this. But about 5 months ago, something changed to where my reach just completely plummeted, and I mean plummeted like through the floor, like it just dropped off, and I didn't know why, and they just changed something, and I noticed that my feed was being just inundated, filled to the brim with stuff that I don't follow, all these suggestion posts, and most of them are from stuff I'm not interested in whatsoever, nor have I ever given Facebook any reason to think I am interested in some of this stuff, yet it's just filled to the brim with crap, essentially. And so I don't see the pages that I follow. So if I follow you, if you have a page, I'm not going to see it. And so I thought, if this is happening to me, this is happening to everyone. And it turns out it is happening to everyone. So no wonder my reach has decreased, because Facebook is no longer allowing anybody to see my posts. So if you have a Facebook page that you run, and the same thing has been happening to you, where you notice your reach is just completely gone, let me know in the comments below. I've heard this from a lot of people, and it's apparently a thing. So I don't know what's going on. All I can tell you is in 2025, I'm not going to be very active on Facebook. Not that it matters, because you're not going to see it anyway, because Facebook has spoken, and the almighty algorithm knows what you want to see. So we should feel good about that, right? Our algorithm overlords are taking care of us once again. But enough about that. I don't like to be negative, really, but it just needed to be said for the most part. I just think Facebook has just grown rather evil, and in some sort of way. I can't really explain it, but every time I'm on there, I just get a really bad feeling. Like, I don't know. It's weird anymore. It's definitely different. I don't know what it is, but I don't like it anymore. But that's enough about Facebook. Back to blank tapes. Now, when I was a teenager, I had, of course, taping stuff off television was a big thing back in the day. And it's funny how, like, blank tapes used to be like a part of our shopping list. You pick up a thing of blank tapes every couple of weeks, so you can, tape The Equalizer and watch it again. Or something like that. I was always a big fan of taping, like, primetime wrestling. That was on the USA Network. And so, yeah, I taped a lot of stuff. And I wish I still had some of those tapes, because there was one day, I think I was about 15, when I figured out how to record stuff off of my Super Nintendo. So I played Mortal Kombat 2, like a playthrough video, long before that was a thing, long before YouTube. So I was doing Mortal Kombat 2 on the Super Nintendo. I recorded myself playing. So that was a lot of fun. One day I just figured out how to do that, and I felt really good about myself, and I felt like hacker man. So yeah, definitely I'm an IT specialist. Not really. And I wish I still had those tapes, but things just sort of disappear sometimes. They get lost, they get damaged. It just happens. But if you're watching this and you still have blank tapes, stuff that you recorded when you were a kid, or if you still have like journal like books of journals or books of just writing you did, you have sketchbooks of little drawings you did, whatever, definitely hang on to that stuff, because in about 20 years time, when you look back at that, it's really going to matter to you. It's stuff from your past that's like it gets trapped, well, not trapped, I guess, but just like held within a vessel, so you can go back and look at it again, because once they're gone, they're gone. They're one of a kind things. They're stuff that you made, and you really should hang on to them. So if you still have that kind of stuff, definitely hang on to it. There's no reason to get rid of it. So just hang on to it. You're really going to appreciate it in the years to come. So most certainly. And speaking of really appreciating things, I really appreciate you watching today. That brings us to the end of this little strange video. Like I said, it was more of a channel update and a channel shout out than it was an actual show and tell video. But I did have these little VHS odds and ends that I wanted to show you, but I didn't have enough to, like I said, put them all on an episode each. So I just sort of put them all together and used them as a backdrop to talk about stuff like all these awesome YouTube channels I mentioned, and of course give you a channel update of what's going on here. Definitely look for more show and tell videos coming up in 2025, doing lots of stuff. Look for other videos as well. Everything's going well here. The Captain Adam's VHS Pirate Ship YouTube channel is going strong. The Facebook page, not so much, but if you want to, go on over there, give me a like and a follow. I'd appreciate that. And certainly hit subscribe here on YouTube to Captain Adam's VHS Pirate Ship, and you won't regret it. I really appreciate it, most certainly. So I just wanted to remind you to stay positive, keep the faith, look onward and upward, be well and do well. I'm rooting for you. I'm cheering for you. I'm praying for you. Hey, I'm here for you. So always keep the faith, trust in God, and look to Jesus Christ, and everything is going to be all right. Certainly, spread positivity wherever you go. The world needs more positivity. So absolutely, always, 100%, be kind, be generous, be brave, and take care out there. And I'll see you next time, only on Captain Adam's VHS Pirate Ship. Goodbye, and God bless.